What's happening, hamster muffins? It has been 2 years today since I've been at Alliance Bible Church, and it hasn't really been the journey that I expected. Hey there, my name is WayneWrz, and on this channel we're walking the journey toward Jesus together. You can subscribe to join our community and get new videos each week. Why don't you leave me a comment below and let me know how many miles it is from your house to Alliance Bible Church in Hillsboro, Oregon. In the time that I've been on staff at Alliance Bible Church, there's been some amazing things, there's been some tough things, and today I also want to talk a little bit about Jesus. And we'll start with Jesus because He is most important. Sometimes as a human, when I have a hard day, I can feel overwhelmed and discouraged, but there's a verse in Hebrews chapter 12 that says this: "Therefore, since we also have such a large cloud of witnesses surrounding us, let us lay aside every hindrance and the sin that so easily ensnares us. Let us run with endurance the race that lies before us, keeping our eyes on Jesus, the source and perfecter of our faith." The song, "Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus," has been in my head a lot today. As we face things, we know we can fix our eyes on God. I love the reminder to run the race with endurance. If it's a quick race, if it's a sprint, endurance isn't required, but a sprint isn't what God has called us to. A sprint isn't what God has for me. Following Him is a journey, and a journey is going to require endurance. But no matter what I'm walking through, no matter what storms, no matter what difficulties, I can keep my eyes fixed on Jesus. The rest of that verse goes on to talk about Jesus choosing to give up His life on a cross, that He endured the cross for us. So whatever God has called me to, I just need to focus on Jesus and who He is. And I don't know what you're walking through today, but I'd encourage you, whatever it is, it's probably real hard. Like that's real. Like deal with that emotion, but also in the midst of what you're going through, let me just encourage you to turn your eyes upon Jesus. Truly make Him your focus, make Him your everything. The song says, "And the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace." There's grace for what you're walking through today. One of the harder things is, after being there for 16 months, we started walking through a lead pastor transition. It wasn't really expected, and it has been challenging and difficult to walk through. I pray all the time for Pastor Bud as he transitions. In that process, we've had a ministry come in and do an assessment and have an interim pastor, so getting used to one boss, one way of ministry, and then having that gone and having essentially no other leader for 6 months or so, and now starting the process of the year of interim has been really hard on me and on my family and on our church family. So I pray often for our church family as we walk through this, that we would continue to seek God, seek His glory in this process. And that hasn't really been an easy thing to walk through with the church family. But some of the amazing things that I've been able to experience in my 2 years at Alliance are a mission trip to Spain that I got to go with a team. The Christian Missionary Alliance does a field forum every year in Spain for all the international workers there, and we got to go, and I got to lead worship for that, and we also got to work with the kids ministry and youth ministry. So I got to lead discussions and be parts of discussions with middle schoolers and high schoolers that are children of these missionaries, and that was just a blast. It was amazing to see Spain, to travel with some great people from our church, to fly the drone in Spain, and to be asked not to fly the drone in Spain in Spanish. At least I think he was asking me kindly not to fly the drone, so I put it away. But that's just a wonderful and amazing trip. I've also really enjoyed building relationships with the youth students and their families. We took a trip to cleanings this last summer. That was great to have those students, and we have a great core of students who seem to be just building in those relationships and willingness to talk and share openly about faith and those things, and that has been a blast. And the last amazing thing in my 2 years at Alliance Bible Church, our potlucks are off the hook, off the chain. That's a good thing, right? Our potlucks are simply fantastic, and my favorite thing to do at a potluck, this is a secret, you can't tell anybody that I do this, is I'll eat my food at one table, and then if I want seconds, I'll go get seconds and then go to another table. This is especially helpful when it comes to desserts, because you can eat one cookie at 6 different tables, and everybody thinks that you ate one cookie, but really, you had nearly half a dozen. That's a potluck pro tip right there. So like anything, there's good things and there's hard things about my time at Alliance Bible Church. But this is what I really want to focus on, is that it's really about God's glory and not my comfort. So often it's easy to be consumed with, well, what is most comfortable and easiest for Wayne and his family. And I think that's rubbish. I think what's most comfortable for Wayne and his family isn't the most important thing, but seeking to do what God has called me to and to bring Him glory in everything I do and point towards Him is really my goal. And I'm saying this to myself. Thank you for listening in, but I'm saying this to myself because I need to hear it. That it's really not about my comfort or what pleases me, but it's about what I can do, what God has called me to do that can bring Him glory and point others toward His goodness. Thank you so much for checking out the video this week. If you liked it, you can share it with a friend, leave me a comment, hit that thumbs up button. And I hope you have a great week as we walk the journey toward Jesus together. We'll see you later, alligator. It's my new coffee mug. I drink water out of it. Because coffee's disgusting, Joshua WayneWrz. Disgusting.